Yeah.
This works good here.
It does.
Down at the grammar school, it's terrible.
Really?
Oh yeah, you can't hear anything.
Travis needs to practice anyway.
Yeah, what do you mean?
You know what I mean.
All right, I'm gonna apologize. I can still hear you.
Okay, Bruce, do you hear me okay?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna put it full blast, and here in the, you're in the middle of the table, so there we go. All right, I'm ready to roll, Mr. Attorney.
All right, everybody's ready to begin. Roll call. Javen, you're here.
Here.
Bruce,
Here.
you're here. And I'm here. 3, we've got a quorum. Approve the agenda. Everybody,
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
I second that. Call roll.
Motion made by Mr. Daniel, seconded by Mr. Attorney to approve the agenda of the Cannon County Board of Education special call meeting of 6/25/2020. Mr. Daniel. Mr. Attorney. Mr. Fan. Mr. Chairman, you have 3 ayes, no nays.
Number 2, approve the 2019-2020 general purpose budget amendments.
Mr. Attorney, if
Go
I
ahead.
can, Mr. Chairman, you've got budget number 8, number 9, number 10, number 11, number 12, number 13, number 14. Douglas, there was no additions after I left today, were there? So you've got those budget amendments, routine budget amendments that move from one category to another inside the categories, correct, Douglas?
Yes, inside the function.
Inside the function, so nothing is outside of the function. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman. I would move for adoption on these routine budget amendments so we can get those over to the Cannon County Budget Committee. The Budget Committee will be meeting after the commission meeting on the 29th. At 5:30 is a commission meeting, and the Budget Committee said they would meet briefly to consider more of those amendments. So that's it, sir.
Motion to approve.
I second.
Okay, Mr. Attorney, you need a
Yes.
motion made by
Sorry, I'm
Mr.
sorry.
Motion made by Mr. Fan, seconded by Mr. Attorney to approve the FY20 budget amendments number 8, number 9, number 10, number 11, number 12, number 13, number 14. Mr. Daniel. Mr. Attorney, excuse me.
Aye.
Mr. Fan. Mr. Chairman, you have 3 ayes, no nays.
Okay, number 3, approve fiscal year 2021 food service budget to include all future amendments to the addenda. Go ahead, first.
Okay, you've got that in your packet, ladies and gentlemen, in regard to the food service. Now, this is different from GP. This is food service, and you have to approve food service just like special ed has to be approved. So, Ms. Ensel, I'll turn it to you.
I would just make a recommendation to the board to approve our food service budget for school year 21. And in this budget, school food service will be self-supporting. So I move to make that recommendation.
That's a positive, in my opinion. We had to help them out last year.
And we've
So-
We like to hear that.
So she is fully self-supporting. That is great.
Thank you. I'll make the motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Attorney, seconded by Mr. Fan to approve the FY21 food service budget to include all future amendments and addenda. Mr. Daniel. Mr. Attorney.
Aye.
Chairman Fan. Mr. Chairman, 3 ayes, no nays.
Number 4, approve the 2019-2020 bus purchase. Let's look at it right here. Go ahead, Mr. Bruce.
Let me ask the question, is this the bus on its own, or is this the one that was wrecked?
This is the one, this is the FY 20 budget
Yeah.
for $90,000.
This-
The FY 90 budget is what this one for. This one's the full one. This is not the one that was replaced. We're waiting on money. We're waiting on money on that one. So, but you've got the FY 20, I'll turn it to Ms. Black.
This is just to approve the bid, correct?
Correct.
This is not actually purchasing it yet.
Yes,
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 this is
this is
purchase.
to prove the purchase,
We
yes.
have this is it right here.
Right.
This is
So, so we had the bid opening on Tuesday morning at 9:30. We only received one bid. It was a no bid from International. The other vendors did not make it here. One supplied a bid after the close, after we had opened, at, I think 10:01. That bid was never opened. Miss Ashley Scarlett from International came and talked to us about doing a piggyback bid off of Bledsoe County. That is the bid that you have in front of you. I think that we got a piggyback bid off from Bluebird late this afternoon. I think it's substantially more, is it not? So I would make a recommendation. I think we have to go with the lower bid. I mean, we don't have any, we need to save every penny we can get. So the International was an 86,974 and Bluebird was 98,962.
Say that again. Bluebird was what?
98,962. Now, this is an International that has a Cummins engine. It does not have a max force.
All right, how much, International, how much was their bid?
86,974.
And who was bidding that for International?
Miss Ashley Scarlett.
With what company?
Cumberland.
The bus dealership.
Yeah, Cumberland Bus Dealership.
All right, you said you had one more coming in.
Well, that was the Bluebird. It come in late. Well, she sent a piggyback bid.
Okay. So International, you've only got one bid from International.
That is correct. I know we've had some trouble with the Internationals in the past, and Miss Ashley's aware of that. She does have a short video, but if y'all are short on time, we can just go on. I just think we cannot, I won't do another Max Force engines. I don't even know if they still make
We
them.
don't make them anymore.
They don't even make them, so they're gone.
Made it.
It's a Cummins
It
engine.
is a Cummins engine, which is also what's in the Bluebird.
200.
Is your ISX?
It is a V6.7, 250 horsepower, 660 foot-pounds of torque with an Allison 2500 transmission.
Doesn't matter. I just got an Allison transmission. You know that's good.
And that Cummins engine.
And a Cummins engine.
And it's 86,974,
Yes, sir.
It's not including the seat mate.
looking at about $12,000 cheaper.
Yeah, but then we get that right.
Yes, sir.
I make the motion to go with the International bus.
I second.
You ready for motion?
Yes.
Motion made by Mr. Daniels, seconded by Mr. Turney to approve the Cumberland, what's the name of it?
Cumberland International.
Cumberland International for and I'll go ahead and put the specs in later if that's okay.
Yep.
For the cost of $86,974. Is that the motion?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Daniels. Mr. Sanders. I'm sorry. Mr. Turney.
Aye.
Chairman Fan.
Aye.
3 ayes, no nays, so I'll clean this up. Douglas will clean this up as part of the motion that the bid was approved of $86,974. Motion carried. I got you trained there, Travis. Motion
Number
carried.
five, well, yeah, I'm looking at my phone here too with the agenda here. My tablet's not working for some reason. Number 5, approve mowing bids for 2020, 2021, and 2021, 2022.
Okay, gentlemen, we had 2 mowing bids. You can see the packet there. The 2 mowing bids were from B&T Lawn Care. That's Blake and Trent O'Neill in Auburntown. Their bid was $2,500 for 2 times a month and $3,750 for 3 times a month. They did have the $1 million liability insurance. The second bid was Big John's Mowing, and his was $3,000 for 2 times a month. And then 3 times a month was $4,200, also $1 million liability insurance. I will tell you this, gentlemen, that John House has done phenomenal work for the school system. We've not had a single complaint. I'm knock on wood or whatever, but we've not had a single complaint from a principal in regarding the mowing contract. And John has done an exceptional job, is my comments in regard to that. The other is cheaper, yes. But I would say to John that I appreciate his work every time he's been called. It's been excellent on what he's done. So that's my comments in regard to that.
When do we have to have this approved?
It ends at the end of this.
It ends at the end of this month. So
I know we're short on people, but I had to rescue myself last time because I know him and I work with him. And I know 2 people personally that are on the bid. So I don't feel comfortable in voting for that. I'm gonna have to pass on. I can't vote for that. Go ahead, Jamie.
How much cheaper is the other bid?
$2,500, $500 cheaper on the.
Only $500 over the whole year?
Well, it's the times you mow, no, Javen, it's the times you mow. 2 times a month is B&T was $2,500, and then 3 times a month was what, 42? Somebody help me out. 42 minus 3750.
Just depends on how much the grass grows.
42 minus 30. Yes, sir, that's correct. 42 minus 3750 is what? What's the difference? 450. So it's difference in 450 on the 3 times and 500 on the 2 times. But I will
We
tell.
went a different route before and it didn't turn out too good. So
That I understand. I
my
understand.
recommendation is to go with Big John, but if Mr. Attorney refuses to vote, then it won't pass anyway. There's only 3 of us here.
I had to stick to my guns on that the last time. I couldn't vote because of conflict of interest, and I can't change that today just because we don't have enough people. I can't help that. We should.
Well,
I don't know what to do
then
about
I'll make
that.
a
But
motion to table until the July meeting then, or, yeah.
I hate to do that to you guys, but I just feel like that's in my best interest. So
Motion to table till July.
Unless Nathan would would come on.
Just text me.
Okay.
He wants to send him the link. Okay, hang on. I'm fixing to send.
Okay.
sorry about that, gentlemen. I just feel like that's the
Fine,
appropriate thing to do.
fine.
I have to stick to that. I can't help who couldn't make it.
Understood.
I do.
Yeah, you are. You're kind of.
I do. And I was approached by one twice, not by you, but by the other person twice, and I can't negotiate contracts outside of the
Well,
meeting.
I know Trent.
I just sent it.
I can't do that. That's illegal.
Everybody got to be able to open up.
So that's why I'm just not voting. So,
While we're waiting on Nathan, I want to say John's done a good job. He's stayed ahead of this. We try to pitch in Woodland, and he's either there that morning or the day before he beats us to it all spring. So he's been on top of his game.
Well, like I say, before we had, now, and that does speak, I don't know, you know, I know Blake and Trent both, and I know they would probably would do a good job. I do know that, and, but I do know what we've had. I do on that, so there's where I stand as recommendation. I'm not going to give a recommendation except I don't know what John has done and the quality that he has. And he's mowing all the time.
Do we have to have video of him or not?
If he's in, if you'll have it.
Oh,
If he
okay.
zooms, yeah, we'll
Okay, I
have
got
the
you.
video.
I got you.
So we will pause for a second, Mr. Chairman. If I can, but while we're waiting on that, waiting on him, gentlemen, members of the board, I will have a fiscal services report to you in regard to the Financial Management Committee. Okay,
Can you undo his microphone?
let's see if we can unmute him there.
Unmute, Nathan. There you go.
Mr. Sanders.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, let the record reflect that Mr. Sanders has joined us here at 6:53 PM for the final item of the agenda. So Travis, you want to reflect what's going on?
Yes, we're approving the mowing bids for the 2020 and 2021 and 2021, 2022 school season. And of course, I'm abstaining due to a conflict of interest, but the recommendation has been Mr. House back here. So.
What I said, Mr. Sanders, is that we have B&T. You're probably looking at the packet there, sir. Do you have that?
I do, yes, sir.
And we have looked at what I've said is that Big John says, I have not received a single complaint, a single thing in regard to Big John. Everything we've asked to do, that it's happened and it's occurred on time, and the principals are extremely happy right now.
Okay, that's what I wanted to hear. I'll make a motion, we accept the bid from Big John's Lawn Care.
Nathan make the motion,
Yes, sir.
second the motion.
Motion's been made and seconded. It's a motion made by Mr. Sanders, seconded by Mr. Fan to approve the bid of Big John's Mowing. And I will go ahead and put the figures in of $3,000 2 times a month and $4,200 for 3 times a month, effective 07/01/2020. Mr. Daniel. Mr. Sanders.
Aye.
Mr. Turney.
Pass.
Chairman Fan.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, 3 ayes, no nays. Now, since I'm sorry if I could, Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, he's not used to being the chair.
No, I'm not.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, thank you.
Sorry about
Before we adjourn, I was going to say on our physical services note, you'll be getting a physical services report from me. After talking to the attorneys, we will be having to give a contribution to the financial management system because those members were transferred. I've been working on this thing massively for the last week. And so you will get a report on that. We're going to probably have to transfer somewhere in the neighborhood of $100,000, a little over. That's what 60% of Douglas's salary, 65% of Darlene's salary, 25% of Teresa's salary. and 55% of Shannon's salary would equal to 2.05 positions. And Douglas has crunched the numbers for me on that, and I will get that to you. It's not a change in money. We're just paying what we're going to be literally doing. What one attorney told me, you're paying for your physical services is what you're doing. Just like we pay the trustee at a certain amount, this is the same thing here. And what we will have to do is go back into the budget and change that particular line item because what I'm going to do and what I've asked for that to happen is that one line item, what that category is, that category, and I'll pull it out of here. 72510 that Douglas has memorized. That the only thing I want in that category will be contribution to the financial management office. And then everything else is on there. There's some travel, there's some contracted services, there's some office supplies, administrative equipment that will be placed in other line items under other things after. Brian Runyon will tell us where to actually place that under the board or whatever. And so all physical services then will be done by the finance office itself. And we're talking about that. We're meeting next Tuesday on that. So I will give you some more details in regard to the financial management office. But we're having to up the timetable on that to try to get that everything going by August 1.
No, we're relying on these guys too.
Absolutely.
I reviewed that packet. Thanks for doing that too, Brian. I reviewed all that too. So that's a pretty sizable number that we're looking at to contribute to.
And that's exactly right. Brian sent us out. You got that from Brian on what that we're contributing also to that. So they can't say that we're not trying and we're doing our part. I mean, that's part of the law, part of the job, and that's what we're going to do. So, you know, and here, you know, on that part, on the technology, we'll discuss that because the finance office could give that back. Or we just give that, we do that as a contribution. But if we get that, to me, I think, you know, if we're having to pay, they're having to pay.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's the way I look at that.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's just for an announcement. You can't do anything even if you wanted to tonight because of the special call meeting. You can only deal with those agenda items that you said we were going to deal with. You can't deal with any other agenda items.
I feel we have a better infrastructure than the courthouse. Have you seen there? Yeah, it's bad.
We're gonna make them better because whatever they do.
Bad. It's nearly non-functional.
When the people of Shannon County voted that in, the 81 Act, I mean, there's nothing we can do about it. It's gotta happen, so.
But that's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, everything else is complete. And number 6, we'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Travis.
Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it, man. Thanks.
See ya.
Well, we got that.
We're good. The only other thing I would probably say is that's on the financial management, that's coming. There's more to follow on that. But at your July meeting, we'll go ahead and adjust everything on the budget. Thank you, guys.
We got by the